Hi everybody, I'm here for In My Mailbox this week. This is actually going to be put up in two parts because I got a lot of books at RWA, Romance Writers of America. And it's a conference that um, is held annually, and it's obviously for romance writers. And this year is being held in DC, which is just a couple hours away from me. So I decided to go for the free part of the conference, which is open to the public, and it's this huge literacy signing. And what you do is you go there, and you get to chat with authors and buy their books and stuff like that. And all the proceeds from you buying the books um, goes to um, charities that help foster literacy. So it's all for a good cause, and it's great. So, and I spent a little more money than I had planned on spending, because, well, you'll just see. You'll see. So I'm kind of breaking this up because um, I don't know, I just need to, because I have a lot. Some of these are things you've probably already seen, so it's not, because I brought some books with me to be signed, so, like, this one that's right on top that I just started reading a little bit ago. Um, Hold on. Don't Judge a Girl by Her Cover by Ali Carter. That's a sticker that we had to use well, they had different colored stickers, but this was a sticker you had to use so that they could, you know, tell that you had brought this with you and that you weren't, going to be buying it. But again, this is an advanced copy, so it's not like they weren't giving those away, so it's not like they could, charge you for it. And so yeah, and Allie signed it for me. She was the first author that I went to go see because they put all the authors in alphabetical order. And um, so when I looked down to see what books I brought with me, I was like, okay, let's find the first name that's on here, and that was Allie Carter. So I just went straight for her, and I think I was probably the first person that had come up to her, so that was fun. And we chatted for a little bit. She remembered who I was, and that was really good. And because it's not like we've met before, we just we've emailed each other, but it's been a while, and so but apparently she knows who I am, so that's always good. And she signed it for James. Go bloggers, keep on spying, Allie Carter, and uh, love it. I'm so happy that I have a signed copy of this, and yeah. I thought about buying, they had the paperbacks for the second book, Cross My Heart and Hope to Spy, but then I decided against it, and it was a good thing I did because I ended up buying two extra books that I hadn't planned on buying. So, um, next up I stopped by Rachel Vincent's table, and I picked up bookmarks, well, just one of each really, so, for her new book, Prey, and um, bookmarks for her Soul Screamers series, My Soul to Take and My Soul to Save. This is such a pretty bookmark. I love it. And unfortunately, I was really, really, really hoping that they would have copies given away, not given away, they would have copies on the table of My Soul to Take. Because it comes out in, like, what, 2 weeks? So I was thinking, I'm just like, well, I mean, they might have them, because final copies are usually printed out beforehand. But apparently, they were going to be giving them away for free um, at a signing on Friday at the Harlequin Teen booth. So, oh well. But whatever, but I ended up getting a copy of her new book, Prey, which is the fourth book in her Werecat series, and unfortunately, I haven't read the first three. So I'm gonna have to get on that. So, but I'm really excited, um, and she wrote, James, welcome to the Pride. And so yeah, so I'm just really excited that I got to meet her. And unfortunately, the problem was is that it was really loud in that uh, thing, and in the conference room where it was taking place in, and um, And so I think so. I would introduce myself. I'd be like, like, hi, I'm James. Also known as Book Chic. And at least if they know who if I've talked with them before, under my alias, And so I did that with Rachel Vincent, but I don't think she really heard me, and so I don't know. So that kind of sucked, but because I really was thought that she would have been like, oh my gosh, James, or something like that. I don't know, but maybe I got my hopes up. No, I'm just kidding. But it was really excited to meet Rachel Vincent, and and actually, and while I was there, Nancy, aka the Ravenous Reader, who does Lush something or other of a Ravenous Reader or something. I'm not entirely sure what the blog name is called, but we ended up inadvertently meeting up at Rachel Vincent at one point when we went there. I also stopped by to get Heartbreak River by Trisha Mills, and and I really, and then she signed it, obviously. And I don't think I spent a lot of time around Trisha. I think I just basically was just like, like, hey, I really want you to sign this book, and I bought it, of course, and did that, and then I was just kind of like, like, all right, thank you so much, and then I just kind of left because I am such a loon when it comes to authors that I haven't actually talked to before. So yeah, that was really bad. Oh, you should wait until later if I get to it in this one. But I love her bookmark because she writes under two names, and so her bookmark features two different photos of her. So I love it. I think it's fantastic. Um, and then I brought this with me, Bite Me by Melissa Francis, and I should be getting a review up either um, already or when this is posted or early this week, I guess. And we hung out before the literacy signing for a couple hours in the early afternoon, or not a couple hours. We hung out for like maybe like an hour or something like that. And so she signed my book, and she wrote to James. It was great meeting you. Hope you enjoyed getting bitten as much as I enjoyed biting you. And then Mel Francis, and that's so sweet. I love that. So she is so awesome. I loved hanging out with her, and I'm really excited. And I love this book. Wait for my review. So that's what, how many, four. Okay. I bought The Season by Sarah McLean, and she signed it for me. For James, who would have fit right in, which I thought was really funny. And Season. I also brought Crowned by Julie Linker, and I had to stop by Julie's table a couple of times because the first two times that I showed up, she wasn't there, and then the third time I showed up, I finally, she was finally there. Because our plane came in late, and that really sucked. So, but anyway, but we finally met. We chatted a while, and she called and she wrote to James, the best book reviewer ever, tiaras forever, hugs and kisses, Julie Linker. And I loved chatting with her. She's so sweet, and I just loved hanging out with her. And I've got a picture with her. It's fantastic. So, oh, here's the one that I was really acting like a certifiable loon when I got this. I got Vamped by Lucienne Diver, and she wrote to James. I really hope you enjoy getting vamped. Fangs and fun, and then she signed it. And she has a really awesome signature. It's kind of like that. But basically, what happened was I would try and go to her booth, and the way the authors were set up, they're set up in just rows, and so the rows in between the tables are kind of small, so it's a bit difficult to, um, you know, do that. So I'm gonna check time really quickly just to see what's going on. Oh, 9:30. Gotta finish this up. So anyway, so there were people in front of her, and when I was trying to get to it, and so I was just like, oh well, whatever, I'll just come back later. So finally there was an opening, so I swooped in basically and said, finally I've got an opening, because every single time I've come over here, you've had people in front of you, and so it's just a lot of stuff. So then I grabbed a copy of her book, and I was like, would you sign this? And she was like, yeah, sure, and she signed it, and then she handed it back to me, and then I said, thank you so much, and then I just left. And as I was leaving, I'm like, crap, I really should have stayed around because it looked like she was going to say something to me and we were going to have a conversation and then it didn't happen. So I'm really sorry, Lucy Ann Diver, for acting like such a loon. So I better stop this now because it's probably about 10 minutes. Okay, bye-bye.